So this week in sports, it's time for me to eat crow and pay up. Last week, I got on the podcast and ripped Cam Newton to shreds on how I believe he's overrated and more of a glorified athlete than a quarterback. I was so confident in the Vikings beating Carolina that if the Vikings were to lose to Carolina or beat them by 6 points or less, that I offered up a $50 Lids gift card to one random person that shared that podcast. Gene Creasel, congratulations, you are the winner of the gift card. Just DM me your email and I'll send it to you electronically. Here's the thing, the reason why I was so bullish on this pick was because the previous 3 games you held Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, and the red-hot Atlanta Falcons without a touchdown and just 9 points on the road at their house. You beat the Detroit Lions on the road at Thanksgiving, and you held the LA Rams to 7 points at home. And suddenly you go up against an inaccurate quarterback with B- to C-level receivers with Matt Khalil of all people as the left tackle. How could you not feel confident about your chances? You held Cam Newton to 52% completion, 137 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 5.5 yards per pass attempt, and a quarterback rating of 64.9. The defense, which is supposed to be the strength of this team and practice discipline throughout the entire week and coming into last week, was arguably the best defense in the NFL, was anything but on Sunday. The Panthers gave you every opportunity to win that game. You allowed 2 60-yard running plays, one of them by Cam Newton after tying the game up late in the game with a touchdown pass to Adam Thielen. On one of Carolina's touchdown drives, you had the Carolina Panthers dead to rights at least twice, but you gave up 2 separate face mask penalty calls, which kept Carolina's drive alive. And on the touchdown pass to Devin Funchess, there was no safety help as the pass coverage got lazy after assuming that Cam Newton would get sacked with the pocket collapsing around him. And then when you look at the offensive side of the ball, some people are blaming Case Keenum and shouting for Teddy Bridgewater to come back. Let me say this, as an avid Teddy supporter and one who is clamoring for him to start at some point this season, Case Keenum is the last person that you should blame for yesterday's loss. Case Keenum played as well as he could have, considering that 2 of your starting offensive linemen were out, and then halfway through the game you lost your starting left tackle. And don't even get me started on the drop passes. Kyle Rudolph, you dropped an open pass. Adam Thielen, you dropped 2 touchdown passes in 1 red zone possession, in which the Vikings had to settle for a field goal instead of a touchdown to end the first half. Stephon Diggs dropped a wide open pass in the red zone after letting the ball bounce off his chest, which resulted in an interception. You had a missed field goal that was never close from the start. And what irritates me the most, the Vikings have been doing this all year, but I've kind of just let it slide because, you know what, we were winning, we were on a good roll, and who cares, whatever. It's very reminiscent of Christian Ponder, Matt Khalil, and Blair Walsh. Why are the Vikings force-feeding Laquan Treadwell on the field? Why am I seeing number 11 on the field? He shouldn't be on the field. Why is he above Jarius Wright? Jarius Wright is the much better receiver. He's much more reliable. He can run his routes better than Laquan Treadwell. Why? Because you invested a high draft pick in him? Is that why you're playing him? And what's worse is, why are you throwing to Laquan Treadwell on 3rd downs? Laquan Treadwell was targeted on at least 2 3rd down plays yesterday, one in which he ran the wrong route, and the other in which he dropped the pass, which would have gave the Minnesota Vikings a much more manageable 4th down on the final possession, and instead they had to settle to go for it on 4th and 15. He's a poor route runner who can't get separation, and every time you throw the ball to him, you're asking for an interception. Your depth chart should go Stephon Diggs, Adam Thielen, whichever order, Jarius Wright, Michael Floyd, and then, if necessary, Laquan Treadwell. I swear this team makes it so hard to be half glass full sometimes.